Why is it counting down? I don't know. Why? What? 3, 2, 1. That failed. Come on. So, we have reached 150 subscribers on this channel. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed to this channel for making this happen. I'm really honored and that you subscribe to this channel. Why are you celebrating 150 subscribers so hard? 150 subscribers was the goal for the year on this channel. Got it. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for making it happen. We did it. Yes.
To the carton.
Wow. That was better. Yeah. Oh, that's not all we're going to do. We're not just going to celebrate on this episode. We're going to talk about, should you publish your first novel? What's up, my friend? Tim here. Yes, I've reached 150 subscribers. For all of you who have subscribed, thank you so much. This was one of my goals for 2021 for this channel, and we've hit it in 4 months. The fact that I've had only 89 subscribers on January 1st, and I'm already accomplishing my goal for the year is awesome. To celebrate, I want to give back to you. So I'm doing my first ever giveaway on this channel. I don't want to hold the video up any longer, so stay tuned to the end to find out how to enter and the prize. With that said, let's start with the video. Should you publish your first ever novel? Really? Really? You want to publish your first novel? You'd have to be out of your To clarify, we're not talking about your first draft of your first novel. No, you have revised that first draft, gotten beta reader feedback, maybe even hired an editor for developmental edits. We shall assume you've done all that. No. Don't ever assume. Ever. We will say you have done all that. All that is left is the edits to make the book ready for publishing. So should you? Side note here. I'm talking about self-publishing, indie publishing, simply because you have no say if the book gets published. You can only accept an offer if one comes. So the answer, should you publish that first novel?
No.
No, you shouldn't. I already said that. The answer to this question is clearly apparent. Obvious. A no-brainer. I do not want to take away the accomplishment that you've achieved here. You've written a full novel, edited it, got feedback on it, maybe hired an editor. That's awesome. It doesn't mean you should publish this first novel. And I get this feeling new writers think they should. And I get this from AuthorTube. I'm not blaming AuthorTube or any specific AuthorTuber or the community in general. This is my opinion based on watching hundreds of AuthorTube videos and what a new writer could take away from it. And it's this. Because indie publishing is an option with no gatekeepers, once you have written a novel, edit it correctly, the next step is to publish it. A logical step. No one seems to be questioning if they should. Why? This is your first attempt at writing a novel ever. You're still learning how to do it. It's your first attempt of taking that knowledge you've learned and putting it into practice. And your novel you wrote, guess what? It sucks.
It sucks.
Well, duh. Sorry to be the one to say this, but someone had to. And while it is better than the first draft, and there's a reason for it, your skills are still developing. No matter who you hire to edit your novel, guess what? You're the one who has to make the changes. And with your skills still developing, it's highly unlikely you'll make all those changes work perfectly. This is why I like Brandon Sanderson's story. When Sanderson decided to become an author, he knew nothing about how to write a novel. His first few novels were about practicing, figure out how to write a novel, and find out what he was good at and bad at. And he actually recommends this for new writers. And he's not alone. When I started writing, I came across several authors who said this. I'm almost certain Randy Ingermanson, the creator of the Snowflake Method, was one of them. The advice they gave was this: write the novel you want to write, the one in your head right now. When you finish it, write a different one. After that, another one. Write a few novels. Find out what you're good at, find out what you're poor at, then work to improve upon it, all that in the next novel. That seems like a good idea. When fellow AuthorTuber Chris Fox got serious about writing and publishing his work, he made a conscious choice not to write his magnum opus, the story he really wanted to write, because he knew he didn't have the skill set to do it. Instead, he set out to write so many novels that he felt he could write before ever tackling that. That's awesome. That takes a lot of restraint. I have reached out to Chris Fox to find out what that goal was. He has not responded as of this filming, but he does usually respond. If and when he responds, I will post it down below in the comment section and pin it to the top. As a writer, when you have an idea burning a hole in your head, the idea of putting hard work into writing it, editing it, and then not publishing it seems dumb, a waste of time, but it's not. I know, because I have first-hand experience with this. Oh God, here comes in my experience. When I first started writing, back in the dark ages, before Kindle, when self-publishing was still frowned upon, I was working on Marks of Illyria, and this novel series blew me away. I loved it. I became obsessed with it. Book 1 of this series was going to be my debut novel.
No question.
It got to a point where when I realized there was issues with the manuscript, I would push back the date and goal to seek representation for traditional publishing to fix it. It became such a problem that in 2012, I finally admitted there was huge problems with the series, and I needed to shrink the number of books from 8 to 6, and had a new take on the characters that was going to take work to set that up and do new outlines and all that. I decided I will take my publishing date and move it to July 2016. 10 years.
10 years.
From when I started developing it. This would give me enough time to do all the stuff I needed to. Shrink the books, re-outline them, write the first draft of all 6 books, and get book 1 in publishing shape. This is where my issue with AuthorTube comes into play. The advice I would gotten from AuthorTube was, don't wait for the 10-year anniversary to publish. Fix the first novel, make it as best you can, get it out there, and fix the rest of the issues as you go. No, it wasn't ready for that, and I'm glad for a specific reason. Spoiler alert, I didn't, and I'm glad. For a very important reason. Your first novel is your first impression to readers and fans. Why would you want your first impression to be a poor one? I do believe all authors' first published novels are bad. Sure, you could argue all authors' first novels are bad, so it doesn't matter in the end.
You're wrong.
All authors' first novels should be their weakest novel. As they publish more, you see growth. They've gotten better and better. To put out a bad novel just to prove you've gotten better
is a terrible idea.
I could look at the fact that I failed to publish any of my work. Or I can do what I've chosen to do. Look at all my writing in the past for what it is.
Practice.
I clearly needed it. The pressure to actually get something out there is tremendous, especially with indie publishing. Rewarding those who can not only just get a book out there, get lots of books published quickly. For me, I'd rather have taken the time to write several novels, improved before putting one out there, versus putting my first ever novel. It was
terrible.
Who on the face of this planet said you can never, ever come back to this novel, your first novel, and publish it later? Also, no one said you couldn't come back to this first novel when you're a better writer, make it better, and then publish it. It's what I planned on doing. God, I hate you. This is just my opinion on the matter. Ultimately, it comes down to you to decide when you will publish and what. I hope I convinced you to hold off on your first novel, maybe your second and your third, but again, it's your choice. That is the end of the main part of this video. I'm about to get into some news about this channel. If you want to get to the details on how to enter my contest and the prizes, there's a link to the timestamp down below. Maybe you noticed this video is different. The intro was different. The image on my TV is different. None of it mentions the writer's mindscape. Well, that's because I've chosen to rebrand again. Why? Survival. A fellow YouTuber named Tyler Mallory has launched a second channel called The Writer's Mind. It's a podcast for his main channel on film writing. Yes, The Writer's Mind and Writer's Mindscape are two different. I can only see an issue with these two names clashing later on after I've grown this channel, and I would rather rebrand now when I'm small versus when I get bigger and find out that there is actual issue. And with 150 subscribers, it's super easy to rebrand. So what will I be rebranding this under? You guessed it, it's my pen name, Tim RG. It works out, all my social media accounts already go under this. They just happen to use the Writer's Mindscape artwork with it. This just makes everything more in sync, more unified. Okay, channel news is done. It's out of the way. Let's talk about the giveaway. The winner will receive a copy of one of the 3 books on writing. Stephen King's On Writing, Brandon Collins' Getting into Character, or Jessica Brody's Save the Cat Writes a Novel. The winner will have the option to pick between either a paperback copy or an ebook copy of the book they want. Enter this giveaway, you need to do 2 things. First, like this video. So if you haven't already, smash that like button now.
Smash that like button.
Answer the 2 questions of the video down in the comment section. The first question is, what are your thoughts on someone publishing their first ever novel after they first write it? Do you agree or do you disagree with me? And why do you hold that stance? Question 2, what type of writing content do you enjoy from AuthorTube? What type of content do you want me to cover here on this channel? Answer both of those questions down in the comment section and you'll be entered into the giveaway. The giveaway will close Saturday, June 5th, with the winner being announced in the next video that goes up, which should be the following week. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had so much fun putting it together. I have a lot of great content on this channel and more to come. So why don't you save yourself the trouble of trying to figure out when my content goes live and just hit that subscribe button. Nice. Ring the bell. You're awesome. Thank you so much again for watching this video. I had a blast putting it together. I hope you enjoy it and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'll chat with you in another video. Bye.